Hi friends, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Beatriz, your host here on Beatriz Book Nook, and I am very happy to have you here. So what am I going to be doing for today's video? This is actually Beatriz post-edit or editing Beatriz talking, because I just realized that I did not have an introduction for today's video. So I have been doing, or I am going to be doing for until the end, this little, it's not really a challenge, but it is a video series inspired by the 8 Friends 8 books, or 12 Friends 12 books during the year. And today's episode is going to be for the book that my best friend gave me, which I have read, but I still have to show it to you and show you the video and how my best friend and why my best friend decided to pick this book up for me. So I think it's time for us to see that, so let's react to it together because I am quite excited for it. Okay, let's see it.
Hello everyone, my name is Sofia and I'm Beatriz's best friend. So for today's video I had to choose a book for her to read for May, and as all of we know, I think most of us know, she really likes to read fantasy, and because I really like her, I chose something that is not fantasy, because she needs to read more genres, I think. With that in mind, I decided to choose a book that I've also not read, but that it is in my wish list, online TBR, whatever you want to call it. So, let's not make this any more awkward. I chose Does My Body Offend You, which is fiction, literary fiction. I don't know. It is something. I liked the title, I liked the cover. So, it is about what? I don't know, man. Looks cool, sounds cool, it's not fantasy, and best of all, it's a standalone. So I am really being your friend right now, because I could suggest you Twilight Saga.
This was so fun to watch, honestly, because we have a thing where being on camera is very awkward. And about the Twilight Saga, I am not a fan of Twilight. I have never watched Twilight in my life, so yeah. Let's just get into the video. Morning, friends! Hello friends, I think I've said you hello before, but hello! Good morning, today is Thursday and I am just not really starting my day because I have been up for like an hour or something now, but it's the morning, I am ready to start my day, I have made my bed, I have changed, I am not in my PJs, so I have actually a few things that I have to do, because today I am going back to my crochet class, which I'm quite excited because I really want to finish my current project and start working on my project for my mom because I really want to do it and keep doing it over the years and over like the special moments. So that's my plan at the moment. Yesterday I did finish Happiness Falls. I also did my review on my bullet journal for it, and I am currently starting a new book. Let me show it to you. So I am currently starting Does My Body Offend You by Mary Cuevas and Marie Marquardart. I never know how to say it, but they are Spanish, I think Puerto Rican, but I can be wrong. But I am quite excited to read this book because it's my second episode for my currently YouTube project, so I'm quite excited for it, and I want to see how it goes because I have read 10 pages yesterday and I have a feeling of where this is going to go, but I want to know full on in depth like all of it, where it's going to go. For what I have understand so far, this is about a girl and something happened in Puerto Rico, in her island, home island, and they had to go to Jacksonville, I think, in the US, I think, to live there because the thing, not the storm, you had Irma and then you had the other one, like they call it here Maria. Maria storm destroyed their home and they are now in Jacksonville. And a few things happen in the first page that makes her not want to go to school. And she's afraid to go to school because of this thing. And I'm quite excited to know what is going to happen when she goes to school. So let's see how it goes. I am on page 154. I'm just going to be starting chapter 12, and this is my first update for you. So, telling you what this book is about. This book is about two girls. They are both the main character. One of them is called Malina, and the other one it's called Ruby. Malina, she is a fugitive in a way. She is a refugee from the Maria hurricane, and she now lives in North Florida, in Jacksonville, where her family, a Puerto Rican family, is living, but she is there because she was visiting, and then the Hurricane Maria destroyed her house, so she stayed there while her dad is on the island helping more people and understanding what is happening. So we start the book with Malina's point of view, and she starts by telling us how her weekend went by and how she got a sunburn on her back, and because of that she cannot wear a bra to school because she cannot physically wear one or feel one on her back because it's hurting her. She asks her mom if she can stay at home because she does not feel comfortable going to school without a bra on, and her mom says, stop that, everyone has breasts, so just put on something and go to school. And in the middle of the school day, Malina gets called to the office, and she is told that she has to put panty liners and tape, like medical tape, on her breasts because a female teacher, was not comfortable with her. Keep in mind that she was wearing quite a loose shirt, like in a way a tunic almost. So yeah, and she feels very violated. And after she talks with the nurse and the assistant of the director, something like that, she goes into the bathroom where she finally meets Ruby, because Ruby saw what was happening to Melina in through the nurse's office window, I think. And there Ruby tells her, you don't have to wear the panty liners, that is stupid, and just go out like that. Like, there's nothing in the dress code that says that you have to wear the panty liners. So Melina does that, and later that day, the assistant of the director comes back and sees that she's not wearing the panty liners on her breasts. So Melina gets detention, and a lot happens, and then Ruby decides to, in a way, this in Ruby point of view, to do the same, go to school without a bra, because she in the book says that she is flat like a board, and no one notices, so no one gives her the attention that like they did to Melina. And Ruby like almost begs to get detention, so it feels fair in a way. So then during detention, Melina and Ruby start talking, and they decide to send this message to one of Ruby's friends to cause like a revolution, and ask this friend for her opinion on what they should do, because this friend, I think her name was Lucinda, has changed the dress code in her school with the help of her mom, so she better than no one knows what these girls should do to actually do something about this situation. And this girl Lucinda, instead of helping them, she actually causes chaos, because she publishes the photos, which Melina asked Ruby not to do, and because of that a lot happens. They decide to do an interview with a woman that specializes in situations like this, feminism and all of that. So they do the intervention, and now they are worried that they might be expelled. So what I have come to so far, and in my opinion, this book is really about what it should be. It gives me the feelings that the woman body is not accepted because we are thought of as a distraction even from another woman, which is not the case. And instead of let's say punishing guys for having these bad thoughts, they are actually punishing women for dressing the way they want, even though it's not for like this attention. And they actually say that in the book, like, you are, instead of punishing the boys for thinking what they shouldn't, you are punishing the woman. And they say it's not punishing, it's helping them feel more like, oh, they are just trying to protect Melina, and that she is vulnerable and innocent, and like the Carlos, which is Melina's cousin, says protect her by punishing her, which this is the case where what they are saying does not make sense, because how can you try to protect someone, make that person feel like she is being punished? So there's a lot of things happening. They are now going to be starting a revolution, but I will update you all a little bit more later when I get like 100 pages more read into the book. Oh, I'm going to be starting part 2 soon. Oh, nice. I did not know that this had a part 2. But yeah, they are going to try to change the dress code. friends, so I wanted to give you a new update on the book because I have about 7ish to 8 chapters left on it, so about 120 something pages left, and I have so many thoughts at the moment. So we are currently at the second part, and some things happened. So the first thing that happened was that they did their riot, they did their protest, they did all of that, but both girls, Melina and Ruby, they got very distinct experiences out of it. So for Melina, it was a very empowering, a very heartfelt, like something she really enjoyed to do. She felt like she could be undaunted, as the book says, she can be undaunted Melina. And for Ruby, that's very different because Ruby was actually, and this is a trigger warning for this book, but Ruby was assaulted in the book during the protests where they couldn't get out of the school, and someone touched her in a way she did not want. She did not ask for it. Not ask for it, but she did not consent to it. So now what is happening in the book is that Ruby is having a very hard time. She is not so sure if what they are doing is right, and basically to me they switched places. So in the first part, Ruby was very sure, she was all in for it, and Melina was like, is this right, is this not, what am I doing, am I doing the right thing? And now on the second part, after the riot, Ruby's like, I'm not so sure what is happening, I don't feel so comfortable doing this, I think what happened to me is not my fault, she's having a hard time, Ruby. And Melina, she's having the best time of her life. She is enjoying, she's going to parties, she's making out with guys, she's all of that, but then comes the consequences. So I'm currently in a point where I am a little bit of afraid of where the book is going, but I think it will end in a nice way because it has to, right? But I am interested to see how both these characters now develop into being the opposite of what they were in the beginning, because that has just happened. And I am curious also to know how will Ruby get to experience these feelings and overcome the situation in a way. And I am now excited, or I want to know what is actually Melina thinking of doing, because the riot in a way has ended, but they still have to go to the school board to make it go even further. So I'm excited, I want to know more. It's a heavy book, it is, but it's an interesting one, so I'm having fun actually reading this. But this book has one of the worst crack spines that I have, so it's very floppy, right? But it broke in the middle, so this happened, and I am trying not to open it a lot so it doesn't get damaged more. So hello friends, happy Thursday, I think. Wednesday. It might be Wednesday. It's Wednesday. So I am almost finished with Does My Body Offend You? I have about 30ish, almost 40 pages left, and I want to give you an update before I do finish the book because I am on part 3. So we ended up part 2 with the girls talking to the school board, I think, doing the meeting with them and trying to ask for a change in the dress code. But because Ruby has had some troubles since the protest or the walkout, that's what they called, Ruby couldn't speak. She was not prepared and she basically butchered the meeting, which meant no changes on the dress code. But she, in a way, is now understanding what she did wrong, and not that she should have talked with her friends about what was happening, but how she should have either stepped down from being the one talking or just get her things together in a way and be prepared, which she wasn't, because boys, in a way. What is my opinion currently? I think I will either give this book a 4 stars or 4.5 stars, because it's not giving me all the emotions, but I'm really enjoying it. The topic is very dominant in today's era, which I'm really liking. I just think that his Ruby aspect has sidetracked a bit from the original idea of the concept of the book, which Melina has not. So I like both of their point of views, because they are at the moment both talking about different things, and I'm quite enjoying it. I'm almost finished with it, which I'm very proud of, and because it has been some time since I started it, and I hope that the Melina and Ruby get to stay like friends in the end, because they are currently in no talking terms. But I want to see where this goes, because Melina is doing a project, which is the thing that I'm most interested about seeing and understanding more. So I cannot wait to see how this goes, how this is going to end, because I hope it ends well. But I really want to know what the project Melina is doing is going to be, or how it's going to turn out. And yeah, I am very happy. Thank you, Safira, for recommending this book to me, because it has made me think a lot about a lot of stuff, and in a way internalize a lot of stuff about myself even. So I think it was a good book. So let's see how it goes to end. Finished oh my god, so I just finished Does My Body Offend You, and tears came to my eyes in the last few chapters, or the last few pages, only because what these girls were feeling, it's something that me, as someone who has lived the same age very recently, still feels very much in my own skin. So that's the main reason why this book was so touched my heart so much, because what they were going through is something that I have been going through for quite some time now, and a lot of women have been going through for quite some time now. For our bodies, in a way, don't be the thing that objectify us, that breaks us to the society in a way. Since the last update that I did, Ruby did open up to Melina and to the vice president of the school, so they are going to open a case about her assault during the walkout, and Melina and Ruby did make peace between them. This book did give me so many emotions because it's a topic and talks about a topic that is so close to my heart. That is something that I deal with frequently, and I think because of that it would deserve like a 5-star. It does, but also because of that same reason, I don't think I can give it a 5-star because it's a fiction book in a way and not a non-fiction, if that makes any sense, honestly. But I think I'm going to give it 4.5 stars. I love the story, I love the hardships that the girls went through, I love everything about this book, the way that it portrayed women, even in like older generations and different generation, like not different generations, but different different women from the same generation in a way, just like Melina abuela and Ruby's abuela, so their grandmas. They were very different. One of them is very like homey. The home is there, everything for them. The girls should be stereotypical girls and the boys will always be boys, that kind of thing. As an opposite, Ruby's grandma was very supporting of them, of their cause and what they were doing. So I really liked this representation. Now thinking about it, I think I should give it a 5-star because honestly it deserves it. The way it represents, or it represented, like all of these topics that are so hard for like women, and especially not only for white women but also other races women, just like Latinas, Hispanic, African, whatever. So I think this book is amazing. In the end, Melina made Ruby understand that although she was passionate about what they were talking about, it was not really her place to speak up, although they wanted to, because they knew that Ruby being a white woman, she would be better heard than Melina. But in the end, Melina did understand that it was her story, so it was her place to speak and she should be the one taking the lead and not Ruby. And Melina also made Ruby understand that even though women are like, even though we should protect women, we should also protect all other people, no matter what, especially other races that do face discrimination. Melina did give a good example as to two black guys that were a part of one of the teams from the school were given a dress code warning because they were wearing hoodies, and this, like, she said that if two white guys were wearing hoodies, nothing would have happened to them. And she gave a few examples of other people, which I think are very critical, and everyone should understand that. Like, we are white, so we have a lot of privilege, and we don't know what other races or other people are going through in terms of hardship to be in this society that we are nowadays, because there's a lot of things going on in people's mind that does not make sense. So this book really is really good about it. I really liked it. I think it's totally worth it because it gives a new view into the hardships of women, black lives and other races, which us as white people don't as often think. So I think I'll give it a 5-star. I'll now write my review and I'll come back to you later. so I just updated my bullet journal, my reading journal, and I am actually going to be giving it 4.5 stars on my half and a quarter star rating on my bullet journal, which means on Storygraph it will be 4.5, but on Goodreads I think I'll give it 4 stars, only because there were some little problems which I think I've talked about during this video that I really did not like, and it's not did not like but felt too close to reality in a way. So I really enjoyed this. I would recommend it if you are interested in these topics that the book talks about, but there's no but. I really enjoyed it, and I think this is it for the video. So I hope you guys did like it, and please don't forget to hit the like button and leave a comment down below. Also, if you're not subscribed already, it would mean a lot to me if you subscribe, and I'll see you all on my next video, hopefully, or on Sprint, and bye friends.